Hi, my name is Cassie, and I am the SEPA Marketing Chair, and this is your 5-minute tip. And today, I am here with Alexandra O'Connell, your resident wordsmith. And I've been trying to get this woman to do a tip for us for a long time. Finally, here she is. Hello, Alexandra.
Hi, Cassie. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Alexandra, in case you don't know, is also the immediate past president of SEPA, so ask her questions if you have them. Okay, but first of all, we're going to get into this.
All right.
I would like to know something deep and profound. That seems basic to some, but to me, I really need to know, what is the difference between proofreading and editing?
Yeah, so quite often with first-time authors,
Yes.
I will realize this is a point of confusion. So the way that I like to summarize it is, editing cares about your content, proofreading cares about your looks. So if you are interested in knowing whether your character development makes sense, if you're interested in knowing whether the research that you're using in your book makes sense, if the story holds together well, if your sentences are written well, if you're, those things all fall under the editing category.
Editing,
So
okay.
I care about your content, and that is really in great shape.
Okay.
And proofreading cares about looks, and that is typos, misspellings, your commas, your grammar. If you've got weird formatting stuff going on and things are like, page breaks are happening in weird places, and you have what we call widow or orphan lines that appear on the bottom or the top of a page. That is proofreading. So proofreading doesn't care anymore. It doesn't care if you're J.K. Rowling, if you're Seth Godin, if you're Joe Schmo from down the block, and you missed your 6th grade English class. So it just really, at that point, it says, okay, is this spelled correctly? Are the commas and are the punctuation in the right place? And is there any error in presentation? And that is the final, absolutely last step.
Really? I was going to say, which one comes first?
Editing always should come first. And editing falls into different categories as well. So you might have heard people who, editors talking about line editing, copy editing, developmental editing. And those all refer to different levels of editing. And any of those things should come before you proofread.
Oh my gosh,
because
really?
Proofreading, at that point, you don't want to be changing your content at all. You should be happy, mostly happy, right? Because you can probably, I know plenty of writers, and it's really hard to let go. You can continue to improve your book always, but at a certain point it becomes good enough, right? So it's good enough to go to proofread. And if you still feel like you need to change something for your content, don't proof. You should have an edit done instead, or you should revise it yourself instead. But the proofread is literally the very last step before you go to layout. So that's I want to make sure this is pretty and gorgeous and amazingly accurate, so that when I print this book, that people won't open it up and spot a really, embarrassing error on page 53 because I didn't bother to check that this person's name was spelled correctly.
Oh my
gosh, right?
Yes.
And so the different kinds of editing from the top down are developmental, which is real big picture. 30,000-foot view of your manuscript. Is it working on a really basic big picture level? And then from there you go down to line editing. Your sentences, are they beautiful and wonderful? Which is mostly what people think about when they think about editing.
It's true.
And copy editing is all the rule-based stuff, making sure everything's consistent. So if you have a fancy name for a program that you're launching and you have it called 3 different things in your book, that's not good. We want to have it to be one. Or if your character has blue eyes, then green eyes, then brown eyes in your book. So those are all editing questions. It's about your content itself and making sure that's really as great as it could be.
Oh my goodness, Alexandra.
So
yes.
do that before, because if you proofread first and then you want to edit something, you're going to have to proofread again anyway, and you're going to drive yourself crazy. So
I feel a little embarrassed because I feel like with my book, I proofread first, then I edited, and then I proofread again.
Yes.
But I probably didn't have to do the very first proofread.
Probably not.
I just could have gone with the editing and then the proofreading, but I had no idea they were called different things. To be completely honest, I just didn't ask, just did it.
Yeah, that's all right. Full speed ahead. So we don't know what we don't know.
It's true.
And that's the other bonus tip for this 5-minute tip. If you don't know something your editor is calling by some fancy name, just ask us what we're talking about. We're great big nerds, but we can break it down for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Alexandra. Tell us where we can find you.
You can find me at my website, alexandraoconnell.com. That's 2 N's and 2 L's. You can also find me on Twitter at AOC Writes.
AOC Writes.
And on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So come say hi.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
And this
Thank
was
you.
your 5-minute tip, and we'll be back with you next week. Bye.